So in this video, we'll look at how you can show the employer that you meet their requirements. So when most people are applying for vacancies, they complete their application. They either send off the same application for each vacancy, or they do show how they meet the requirements but do it in a really general way. So if you spend time personalising your application and tailoring the examples of your skills for each application, that will help you get a bit further. And if you provide evidence for every item that the employer is asking for, then that will increase your chances of getting your application through to the next stage as well. So for example, if this was the criteria that you had in front of you, so you looked at this and then say you looked at this item about technology, so you could then perhaps use this example. You might have an example from your course you could use when you've used different packages, or perhaps you might even sign up really quickly for a free online course in something that's technology related, and then you can mention that in your application. And for relationships, you could perhaps give some examples of when you built good relationships with, say, customers or clients, or you built a relationship with someone who's quite tricky to work with. Most people have several examples they could use for each skill which is being asked about, but the aim is to try to choose the example that's most related to what you'd be doing if you were offered that job. So for example, if you were applying for a consultancy type position and you were asked about communication skills, I'm guessing that you'd be in that role doing things like speaking to colleagues and clients via phone or video, or possibly in person maybe. You'd be delivering presentations and writing reports, and you might be in a traditional office type of environment. So some good examples to use for this might be, say, if you've explained statistics or data to someone that's not familiar with them, perhaps if you've written a report that includes recommendations for a company or a client, or perhaps if you've been tactful as a student rep. Say, if you think about where you might need to communicate something in a tricky situation. So the idea is to choose an example where you overcame a challenge which is similar to one that you'd face in the job you're applying for. So in summary, the aim is to really give at least one example for each item the employer is asking for, and to choose the example that's as close as possible to the situations that you'd face if you were offered that job.